What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman. They actually released an international trailer for Avengers Endgame late last night with a thumbnail of Vermeer. Now, of course, I clicked it super quickly. It was on the Marvel India YouTube channel, but I was super disappointed to find out that there was only old footage from Infinity War with some new dialogue and narration over the top before it cuts to an Endgame title card. Now, when comparing all of that footage and dialogue to Infinity War to make sure there was nothing new in there to break down, and sadly there wasn't, what I did notice was some dialogue that's replicated between 3 different characters in 2 specific scenes, and when run parallel to each other, that usually means that the writers are wanting you to connect those moments. Now, I don't know how I've never caught this with my millionth watching of Infinity War, but I'm going to break down today what's said between Red Skull and Thanos, and then Thanos and Tony, and how that connects to Tony seeking the Soul Stone in Avengers Endgame. I think it's a pretty strong argument. I'm going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel-related stuff, including tickets to go see Avengers Endgame in IMAX, which will be announcing the next ticket and plaque winner at the end of this video. All you have to do to win the PlayStation's tickets or any of the other prizes is hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. I'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Also, guys, I just released my first single today on all platforms. I know different people like different styles of music, but if you like indie rock or you're curious or just want to support me here at the channel, I'm going to put all the links below in the description and comments. I'd sincerely appreciate it if you click one. So, as I said, there's some dialogue that specifically happens between Red Skull and Thanos and Tony, and I think you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about, but let's go ahead and listen here specifically to what's said between these 3 characters.
Welcome, Thanos, son of Elos. Gamora, daughter of Thanos.
You know us?
It is my curse to know all who journey here.
Alright, just to recap, before Thanos and Gamora even say anything, Red Skull says, "Thanos, son of Alars, Gamora, daughter of Thanos." Thanos replies, "You know us." And he says, Red Skull that is, "It is my curse to know all that journey to this place." That is Vormir, to seek the Soul Stone. "It is my curse to know all that journey to this place." Okay, now let's go ahead and press the fast forward button and listen to this other dialogue between Thanos and Tony.
Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Now, when played these closely together, it's pretty easy to draw the parallel. The beats are almost exactly the same, and the dialogue and transition goes A, B, A almost the exact same way. Firstly, someone says the name. That's Thanos saying Stark, the same way that Red Skull said Thanos. Then, Tony says almost exactly what Thanos says back to him. "You know me?" Thanos said, "You know us?" The words are exactly the same, other than him adding the subtitles for who they're the son and daughter of. Literally, it's the same dialogue. To which Thanos replies, "I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge." Now, in case you're not paying attention, we're going to play this clip again. Try to notice the little violin bumps that Alan Silvestri added in between those 2 specific lines. Thanos says, "I do," violin bump. "You're not the only one cursed with knowledge," violin bump. Let's go ahead and play this clip again. Listen.
Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
So guys, when writers go ahead and use the same structure and wording and the sort of dialogue that went on in 2 scenes here, it's absolutely on purpose. You got to remember the amount of editing that goes into scripts, the number of people who look at this, plus the amount of on-set improv that goes into the variation of these things. Certain lines are specifically said because they hold importance, and this is one of them. Now, my point is specifically to argue that Thanos knows Tony because he will seek the Soul Stone. As the new keeper of the Soul Stone, the way that Red Skull was before Thanos got to Vormir, he's going to be cursed with the knowledge of all who journey to obtain that stone. That's how he knows Stark. I know a lot of you will take to the comments to bring up the Russo interview where they said, well, hey, he would know Stark because he thwarted his whole plan in New York, and that's an adversary worth knowing, but not so fast. These are the same guys who said that Endgame wasn't the title, and of course would cover up such a huge spoiler, such as Tony Stark obtaining the Soul Stone at some point during Avengers Endgame, ... probably at some huge cost. Now, I want to go ahead and harken back to Infinity War because a lot of you may remember a lot of people thought Tony Stark had something to do with the Soul Stone back then, and it's because of this official promotional art in which they attached every one of the Avengers to one of the stones. Now, I think this promotional art may have something along the lines of what the double-edged sword would have been to the toys, meaning that they were presented in early concept art for both movies, made it into one and not the other, but that was only after it was provided to whoever was doing the promotional art or making the toys. So, Tony Stark being in the Soul Stone, of course, was not a spoiler because they put some other people in some other stones that didn't have any connection other than Doctor Strange and the Time Stone. But he is specifically in the Soul Stone, and there must be some reason for that, and that reason is the spoiler that I'm going to show next. So full spoiler warning if you don't want to know anything about Avengers Endgame, and this is an officially licensed Marvel toy that is already on store shelves. So again, not only spoiler warning for the next part of this video, but if you're in Walmart or Target, stay off the toy aisle or you're going to see this and be disappointed. But we now know there will be, in fact, a Stark Infinity Gauntlet in which he'll probably arrange all the stones. Now, if he's going to get all the stones and wield the gauntlet himself, at some point, he'll have to obtain the Soul Stone. I know we think they're going to break into different groups now, especially since we just saw that trailer yesterday about them knowing their missions, and all go and get the stones at the same time. But surely the wielder of the Soul Stone is going to be the one who's going to have to pay the price to get it in the first place. That's the whole thing about the Soul Stone exacting a higher price than the rest of the stones. So if they're all breaking up into teams to get the stones, and Tony has to get the Soul Stone because he's the one who's going to have to wield it, there's going to be some great sacrifice made during the movie. Now, the list of people and or things that Tony Stark could sacrifice in order to obtain the Soul Stone is super limited. And mainly, the only name that anyone can always come up with is Pepper Potts. Of course, a lot of the plot leaks and rumors have said that Cap and Tony will end up on that ledge, and that Tony won't know what to do, and Cap will hand him his shield and go ahead and make the sacrifice. But I'm not sure that would be the end of Captain America's arc, but more importantly, I'm not sure that's how the Soul Stone works. I don't think somebody else can sacrifice themselves for you. Rather, Red Skull seemed to make it very clear that the Soul Stone is different than the rest of the stones and extracts a price for that. Quick side note, if the Soul Stone has the power to bring people back, which we don't know that it absolutely does yet, maybe only in conjunction with the other stones, then wouldn't the sacrifice of someone by killing them make it kind of silly if you then obtain the Soul Stone and you're able to resurrect them, ... Has anybody thought about that? So really, Thanos could just bring back Gamora? That must mean that the Soul Stone doesn't directly res people. Now, I went ahead and did the research, so if you guys are wondering, what are the Soul Stone's specific powers? The only thing listed in the form of resurrection means that it can restore people to their original state. Let me say that one more time. It can restore people to their original state. Now, of course, this being listed as an official power of that Infinity Gem in the comics is a lot different than whatever powers and attributes that Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige want to give the stones in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're not even called the same thing. They went from gems to stones. And I don't think we've seen the culmination of all of the stones' powers, and I think it would also be too much of a giveaway for them to go ahead and outline directly what the stones can and can't do. But surely, we think a lot of these people are in the Soul World, and we know that Gamora was there even after the sacrifice. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this plays out, and what role the Soul Stone has in the reuniting of the stones, who exactly obtains it, and whether it will be Tony Stark. But the logic here is, if Tony Stark is going to wield a gauntlet, if he's going to invent the gauntlet and wield it himself, obtain all the stones, surely he'll have to be the one who makes the sacrifice for that Soul Stone. A la the promotional art we got for Infinity War, a la the dialogue we got in Infinity War between Red Skull and Thanos, and then replicated between Thanos and Iron Man, where they not only say exactly the same things, but then go ahead and give you those two little violin bumps to accent it. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Did you ever stop to think about the fact that if Tony Stark was going to wield the Infinity Gauntlet, that at some point he'd have to get the Soul Stone? Who do you think he'd sacrifice in order to do that? Or do you think this is going to go some other way? And quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go, including the new winners. We are giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros at the 300 and 400,000 subscriber mark. Also, Christopher Cervantes, congratulations, you're the new Marvel Trendsetters plaque winner. And Manny Amato, congratulations, you're the next winner for IMAX tickets. Guys, if you could, go ahead and DM me on my Instagram so I can get your information and get your prizes out to you. So guys, if you want to win the PlayStation, the tickets, or all the rest of the stuff, all the same rules apply. All you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and the more videos that you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Also, I went ahead and listed all of the platforms below. You've got YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. Like I said, I realize that different people like different kinds of music and it might not be for you. But if you like indie rock, or again, if you're just curious or you want to support me here at the channel, it would really mean the world to me if you would click it on whatever, platform you listen to it to. It would mean the world to me. I sincerely appreciate all y'all support. Thank you so much. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.